or whatever the fuck you think. What is it? A white man trapped in a black man's body? That's not what I am. I'm just a very, very disturbed observer of the foolishness that takes place within the black community. And it's like, guys, let's stop this foolishness. Let's stop blaming white folk for every mistake that we make.
Hey, I just wanted to do this video to talk about blacks and how sometimes we overblame white people for our failures and the situation that we're in and not having an equal opportunity. We use this term white privilege, and in this time and day I feel like that still exists, but I don't feel like it's as hard for us to have success in this society as it was for us, a couple decades ago. And I think that us having a biracial black president, speaks for itself. I think that is proof of that we have just as much of a opportunity to excel in this society as a white person does.
You can go from California to South Africa, to Kenya, to Tanzania, and by the way, he changed the name of the country to Rhodesia. They've changed it back now to Zimbabwe. And you can't find one city that black people have built. You can find plenty of ghettos, but you can't find one city. Now, that's not pleasant. And many people will argue with me. They go, oh, yeah, we did build a city, but it burned down. Well, London is still standing. Hitler's Luftwaffe bombed Germany like they won't no end. There's a city in Germany called Coventry where Hitler had broken the code of, Churchill had broken the code of Hitler's military plans, and Churchill knew that the Luftwaffe, the German Air Force, was coming tonight to bomb Coventry. And because he didn't want Hitler to know he had broken the code, he allowed that city to be bombed, and they bombed it back to the Stone Age. But it was a good decision on behalf of Churchill, because they broke the code, they were able to then break the German army. But saying that the white man stopped, there ain't never been no city in Africa. There ain't nobody never built one. And we understand, well, why? Even here in New York City, even in America, there ain't no city y'all have ever built. You ain't never built no city. You ain't never built no city. And God gave you Harlem, and I tried to tell you how to hold on to that, and you ain't got no sense about that. And you need to come to terms with this. Stop this foolishness. Stop it.
White men,
stop it. You ain't never.
You had the damn opportunity. So I'm still trying to figure out why we blaming the white man, why y'all blaming the white man. for every damn thing that's going on in your life. Hell, somebody gonna blame the white man because his car broke down. You bought that raggedy motherfucker. You didn't get an oil change on that damn car. The white man did not set that shit up. So I'm still trying to figure out why we blaming the white man for every damn thing. Okay? Then on top of this, I want to know why, if you was born in the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, the 60s, why are you mad about slavery? It is 2016 going on 17. I'm trying to figure out what y'all mad for. Y'all wasn't no damn slaves. I'm trying to figure some things.
Two guns on a fast ass brand new motorcycle. All the girls wanted that. A lot of money in their pocket. And I'm talking about this one dude specifically that just came from Jamaica. And when he came from Jamaica, he came through the airport barefooted. Barefooted. Imagine you traveling from Jamaica to come live in America with your family, but you came through the airport barefooted because your family was so poor and your family in America didn't even give you a pair of shoes. This motherfucker got here from Jamaica barefooted, and no lie, within 30 to 60 days he had a badass motorcycle, but everywhere he went he had two guns on him. Every time he came to the barbershop, when he sat in the chair to get a haircut, he would say, "Yo, my youth, turn the chair that way there. Which way? Face the door." So I'm cutting his hair the whole time, and I had to face him to the door because he was so paranoid of who was going to come in and try to take his life because of the life he was living, trying to get somewhere better in life. I recognized myself. I recognized myself in him early. And I said to myself, I don't want to live that life. Today, he is doing 25 years in a federal prison in the United States of America.
When you go to a bank and you have no assets, most likely a bank won't really touch you. But once a bank knows you have assets, they'll throw money at your feet. And people ask, why is this? Because they want the least amount of liability. They don't want it to where they, like, if you lose your job, you won't be able to pay for this asset. That's how banks look at lending and investment. Because if you have nothing to lose, if you don't have any skin in the game, if you don't have anything to prop up the mortgage or what they're going to loan you, they won't loan you anything. So I heard Umar Johnson talking about how black people can't get any businesses. Yeah, if you go on the internet and find out that average black family is only worth $14,000, you know, why would you lend them any money? Because they only are worth $14,000. So I'm not going to lend you a $300,000. I'm not going to lend you enough to get a $300,000 property. This is why I say that a lot of us need to look into getting multifamily properties or building up our income and stop spending, but using our money to invest in stock or
smaller properties until you can raise up your income. That's one of the biggest things that we don't do. So I've seen it to where, me living in Milwaukee, I've seen a lot of people who are like Indian or Pakistani descent, and they're coming over and they're buying Subways for like $10,000. And you think about it, if they work and like, if they get their investment or their return on their investment back, they could either start another Subway and put their family in charge of that Subway and just keep on buying Subway franchises until they build their wealth in this country.
We don't.
That's why
we don't. Stop doing crime. Here's the thing. Let's talk about Trayvon Martin for a second. Now, George Zimmerman had no business running over that kid, and it's a shame that somebody lost their child. But the thing that nobody talked about with Trayvon Martin, in this day and age, why is it that when people see a young black man, the first thing they think of, what's he doing? Is he up to no good? He looks like trouble. You know why that is? Because that's our perception. Because that's the perception that we keep giving people. The way we act, the way we carry ourselves, the fact that how many young men out there have criminal records before they turn 18? How many men out there before they turn 25 have been incarcerated at least once? And then we want to talk about, oh, the justice system isn't fair, they come down hard on us. Okay, that may be true, but did you do it? Just because they gave you more time than they might have gave the white person, if you hadn't done the crime in the first place, you wouldn't have got any time.
Once we do that, I'm sure the crime will drop in our communities. But for me to say crime in our communities are generally high, and for you to have a problem with that, fuck you and go to hell. Because that shit is statistically proven, and the shit I see every time I'm in a black neighborhood, 90%, let me say 90%, 91% of the times I'm in a black neighborhood, it has higher crime than the neighborhoods around it. And it's usually more police there, but still higher crime than the neighborhoods around it. And then people say, oh, it's because we're poor, Go to the crime map of New York City. Go to the crime map of New York City. In Brooklyn, every black area with at least a 60% black population has high crime. And most of it is poor. I give you that. Most of it's poor, right? But go to the southwest of Brooklyn, where you see these Asian areas, and you see some of these Hispanic areas that are poor. But for some reason, their crime rate doesn't compare to ours at all. The Latinos do some amount of crime, the Asians barely do any. So what's wrong with us? Why is it when we're poor, we start going after each other's throats? Maybe it's just a white man trying to make us look bad. Oh, but damn, I forgot, I remember. When I was young, I've been all around Brooklyn. When I go to the areas where the black people are, that's where people will try to rob me and my friends. We never have problems. If we ever have problems in a white neighborhood, it might be some shit that maybe we're even kind of starting. Like white boys would be staring at us, thinking they're tough and whatever, and we might want to go say something to them. That's about it. But I never remember white dudes just trying to rob me and my friends for no reason. It was always black people.
So with that being said, look at Martin Luther King, set up by a black man. Look at Malcolm X, set up by a black man. Yes, the government conspired to kill him, but guess who they had to use to do it? A black man. Because if they would have just outright killed one of them motherfuckers, it would have been a problem. But what they do is they get one of you coon-ass fuck niggas to agree to their agenda for some money and become Masons, and then you set up your brother, so now your community is mad at you instead of them. Motherfuckers wasn't mad at the government for killing Martin Luther King. You know what they was mad at? Jesse Jackson, bitch ass. They wasn't mad at motherfucking the CIA for shooting Malcolm X through the window with a sniper in front of his family. You know what they was mad at? The motherfucking Nation of Islam. So with that being said, we gotta take responsibility for our own actions. Because where we are today is predicated upon our own motherfucking weaknesses. And like I said, I'm gonna say this again. This video is not to exonerate or expatriate the European from what they're doing. This video is to put the hurtful, painful truth in our motherfucking face that we deserve to see. Even when you look at Khalid Muhammad. Do you know Khalid Muhammad couldn't even afford to get buried? Motherfuckers had to raise money to bury Khalid Muhammad. This motherfucker Khalid Muhammad all on these shows, all on national TV, advocating for the black community, and the black community had this man die and couldn't even get this man a motherfucking burial. Dr. Ben then spent 30, 40, 50 years of his life when he could have been doing anything in the world, and he brought the information of our ancestors over here, and y'all let that man die in a nursing home. He spent his last 10 years in a motherfucking nursing home. owned by the same motherfucker he was just advocating against for the community that let him die a miserable ass last 10 years. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, you motherfuckers keep talking about the ISIS papers. She was dead in her home for damn near a day and a half. Nobody even knew she was dead because nobody even gave a fuck to check on her before somebody found out she was dead. This the same motherfucker who gave y'all all this knowledge in the ISIS papers book that y'all love to reference. So that being said, not only have we become distracted in regards to how our means to liberate ourselves, we have ashamed ourselves. We have literally sold out every leader we ever had, or we have not supported any leader we've ever had. So with that being said, we keep talking about some motherfucking the white man, the white man, the white man. Nigga, you can't blame him. You can, if a lion eat a motherfucker, that's what a lion does, okay? If a goddamn koala bear eat a motherfucker, now I have some questions, okay? So with that being said, the European race is doing what they were genetically manufactured to do. Enslave, conquer, and oppress. Cool. We know that. Why the fuck are you doing the same shit is the motherfucking
is being
question.
ratchet.
So
We need to put an end to all general ratchetness and advanced level ratchetness also, including but not limited to multicolored weave. Okay, there's no reason for you to have 7 shades of hot pink up in your hair. That doesn't look good. Also, black women, if you have a short weave, if it's short on Monday, it can't be down to your knee on Tuesday. That's not fooling anyone. Stop going on Maury. When has anything ever good come out of someone going on Maury? We're just making black people look bad when we do this. Stop getting money and blowing it. Okay, if I see you in the club, you're over here buying bottles for everyone in the VIP section, making it rain on everyone. If you're doing that on Monday, come Tuesday, don't ask me to hold $5. I'm not gonna give it to you. Stop putting 22s on cars that cost less than the rim. You're not balling when you do stuff like that. Stop putting $2 in a gas tank. Please stop showing out in public. Please stop putting 14 different designs in your head. Okay, if you're over the age of 12, your head should not be looking like a Sudoku puzzle. Do not put a chair to hold a spot in a parking lot. Come on, no. Unless you are a professional tattoo artist, do not cover your whole body in tattoos. Because you know what that does? That eliminates 79% of all potential jobs that you can now have because you're covered in tats everywhere. I'm not saying don't get tattoos. I'm just saying you gotta be reasonable. Stop renting to own TV and furniture. Just save up your money and pay for it. There's no reason for you to be paying $5 a month for 20 years on a couch. And another, we need to show up on time. If Hispanic people are beating you to your events that you need to go to, you need to seriously reevaluate your life. Of course, you know, stop having all these children if you can't support them. Pay child support. These are things that I don't even need to say, I feel. But please, please, please stop claiming other children on your taxes. If they're your kids, then claim them. If you don't take care of them, they're not your children, don't claim them. Black guys, let me talk to you for a second. Okay, we gotta step our game up. Right now, it's more likely for a black guy to be incarcerated, to go to prison, than it is for us to graduate from college. We gotta step our game up. And also, cut the sagging percent of the pants, 50%. It needs to be cut 50%. You can sag, but it needs to be cut by 50%. If you're over the age of 25, there's no reason for you to sag your pants anymore. You're a grown man. You don't need to be sagging your pants like that. I got 2 more years left. You have no excuse. Stop thinking everyone is hating on you. Everyone is not hating on you. You may need to be doing something with your life, and they're just pointing it out. Like, you're still living in your parents' house, and you're 37. People aren't hating on you. You need to get up out the house. On Twitter, stop with the teams. Team light skin. Team proud mom. Team drop it low. Unless you have a uniform, a jersey, don't put team anything on Twitter. That just is get a guy out of control. That pretty much sums up general and advanced level ratchetness. But here's another thing that black people need to stop doing. Stop hating on successful black people.
So what is it that this white man has, what stone has he left unturned for you, Coon? What is he not giving you? That today in 2012, you figured that if he only gave me that, the scales would be balanced. And when you, before you answer that question, Negro, keep in mind that $850 billion flows through the black community annually. You spend $250 on a pair of Air Jordan sneakers. You got all of this bling bling around your neck. You're riding around in the latest SUVs. All of this wealth, but somehow you still believe that he owes me something else. What is it that he owe you, Negro? And then what really puts a hole in this whole doctrine of victimization is the fact that not only were you not a slave, Negro, but these white people that you are expecting to pay you for slavery, never owned any slaves. This is most baffling to me. But this only goes to show you the thinking of the Afro-American Negro in 2012 and how he refuses to do for himself what other cultures have done for themselves.